All right, family. I went and I got me some gloves, and we getting ready to do this.
Mm-hmm.
We are getting ready to do this. I'm still gonna put me a little down on them though, cause even when I'm sitting in that box, oh no, I just don't trust shit. Now, when it come down to my grub and come down
Yeah.
to feed my kids and stuff, Boogie, I don't like.
Huh?
I just like shit to be clean. Anthony,
It's like 100 or something.
so I just don't like all of that. You know, shit has to be clean. Okay, now I'm working with clean hands. I've touched nothing else. So now I'm gonna start manipulating my stuff here. And thing is, also when you putting that your water on for to do any type of pasta, if you put the lid on it, it makes the water boil faster. So just a little keynote.
Hmm?
Just a little keynote that if you put your water on it and you put a lid on it, be cool. All right. So now I think I'm pretty good with this. I think it's all blended together good. And we're gonna put it in this oval glass dish. My son is on his cell phone. That's why y'all hear him in the background. He talking to Tioni. She's at her game. And I guess she's telling him,
Bye.
you know, how his brother game went. But you got him off the phone?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Because I know they're like, who the fuck? Who talking? That was my son on the phone. Okay. So now we got all this all manipulated. And you want to smell it and make sure it smells real seasoned. That's how you know. Smells pretty good. That Worcester sauce, I'm telling you. Don't sleep on Worcester sauce, and that can go in just about most dishes. Most dishes. Okay. Now, we're going to put this over here in this. How am I going to get this over here? How am I going to get this over here, y'all, without... There we go. I was trying to figure out how I'm going to get it over here without, touching anything else. Okay. Now, I'm putting it in this oval glass dish. And here my bacon doing this to do. And you just gonna kind of shape it into this loaf. And what you do after you shape it all up, you put a hole in it. Put a couple of holes in the center of it. 3 holes in it, depending on the size of your loaf. Like that. And it, when you get ready to pour your, be it gravy or tomato sauce, however you guys do it, it'll cook more evenly. And it'll also have sauce on the inside of your loaf. So anyway, y'all, I got that on and done. We're going to cut on the oven on 350. And the meatloaf is on and popping. That's already doing its thing. So now we're done on the meatloaf thing. So now, y'all, I always keep a bag in the sink while I'm cooking. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you're always going to have extra stuff. All of the cans and all that stuff. And so I put it all in a grocery store bag. And then after I'm done cooking my meal, while I'm cleaning up, straightening up, after everything is on, then I just tie that bag up and then put it in the trash. I think it's kind of poor taste for people to, pour shit into the trash can, even though I have a trash liner in there. But you got to be cognitive of the people that's going in trash, rummaging in trash for a meal, for loose change, for whatever. And you know, after a while, I mean, let's face it, you know, maggots and all kind of shit be in the trash. You don't want to just be throwing shit in a trash bag. I just don't. I don't do it. But I've seen people put diapers and all kinds of stuff, just putting it in the trash, and it's like, you don't do that. You tie that diaper up in a bag. Then after you tie that bag up, and you don't tie it up, let me. Y'all, I get anal about some things. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Tie it up. Now look at goddammit. I'm gonna put all this in the bag, okay? You don't tie the two strings like this. This is not what you do. Why? Because what? You still got holes in the bag. You don't tie the bag like that. You put the two strings together, twist them up like that, then you tie it up like that. And then guess what? Ain't no pickaboos, ain't no open ends, no nothing. And then the diaper is still left in the bag, and now the whole bag, you toss it in the trash. Stop doing that bullshit. I done seen so many people do that shit, and it's like, you know, I mean, I had a diaper genie with my first baby, and then I tried, I used it. Of course, you use the same shit on the first one that you used on the second one. But when it came down to button, diaper genie was toe up. So I was like, okay, well look here, we getting ready to do this right here, and blah blah blah, and that's how we did it. So anyway, stop putting bullshit in the trash. Goddamn, when you frying fish and shit and put damn bags and shit all in the trash. Quit doing that damn shit. Okay, now we're gonna put this meatloaf in the oven. It's ready and good to go. It looks good. It smells good. So we're gonna put this in the oven. We're gonna get on that side of the kitchen and check on our bacon. And then I'm gonna show you guys how to put together this cabbage. Juices, y'all. Bye. All right, family. Come look at. Let me show you this bacon. Now I cut them in half. I had put it in a cool skillet. So when you cooking bacon this way, it turns out really, really nice. Really, really nice looking bacon. And with the fried cabbage, you want the bacon 3/4 of the way done, because it's also going to fry as the cabbage is frying. Now, also with when you're frying cabbage, you're going to pour off some of this grease, not all of it, because you're going to use that as a pot liquor for your cabbage. Now, here's my water is boiled. I had left the lid on it. So now we're getting ready to put these elbows in here. Forget this shit. Let me rinse this off. We're getting ready to rinse this pasta off. You know, because you don't know what jumps off up in them factories and shit. Motherfuckers already mad that they ain't making that much money. Shit, ain't shit finna be crawling up in my stuff. It ain't going down. So, we getting ready to rinse off all this pasta first before we put it in this pot. But yeah. Anyway, family. So I'm just rinsing off the pasta. No big deal, right? No big deal. Oh, you know what? One of my subscribers busted up and they said they were asking me what type of cookware do I use. Well, and I think she left it a comment on one of those food on that when I was cooking the food last week, and she was wondering what type of cookware. I got this cookware. It's made by the Food Network, and I think for the 10-piece set, I think it retailed like $300 and something. But it's a good quality stainless steel. And I like the see-through lids. You know, I like to be able to see what I'm cooking as I'm cooking it. And therefore, you know, you're not going to burn your shit up. But, so yeah, I had got it from Kohl's. And, you know, so that's what's up on that. I like Paula Deen's cookware. But, and she has a lot of soft pans and a lot of stoneware. She has a lot of ceramic soft pans and stuff like that. And I like that kind of stuff. I like nice serving dishes. And so, But anyway, this right here is just some food Network cookware, and I think it for a 10-pound, for a 10-piece set. I think it was a 10 or a 12-piece set, and that was with lids and stuff. That included the lids, of course. But I think it retailed about $329.99 or something like that. But it was a hell of a gift to me because, you know, I like to cook all the time, and I want some shit that's gonna evenly cook my food. And you know, investing in good cookware is a real cool investment, especially if you're a cooker like me. Because cheap ass cookware, you don't want that Teflon and shit all in your food. You don't want the warped pans and stuff like that, and that's what happens when the cookware is cheap, and it doesn't cook your food thoroughly. It doesn't. A lot of it burn your shit up. And see, I also have at my mom's house, she cooked with a lot of cast iron, and so I have her cookware too, which is all cast iron skillets, and she make the best ass fried chicken and shit. Liver and onions and shit like that in cast iron skillets. My mama take the cast iron skillet, put some grease in it while she's, you know, making her cornbread, and pour it right in that hot ass cast iron skillet, and it just anyway, y'all got the idea. Shit. All right, we're gonna get this bacon a little bit more done than this. We're gonna get it 3/4 of the way. And we getting ready to go over here to the other side of the kitchen, and we're gonna start cutting up this cabbage. But my oven is done. That's what y'all heard a few minutes ago. The oven is ready. It's preheated at 350. So we're gonna toss this meatloaf in the oven. The meatloaf should take about 45 minutes to cook. But when you're cooking the meatloaf, when it begins to get the grease on it, and then that's why I like to cook my meatloafs in good ground beef, because you don't have all that runoff, you know, because it's less fat. So, but anyway, before you put your sauce, be it gravy or tomato sauce, on your meatloaf, you want to this is trying to do this thing over here. You want to oh, they can see this, look. Yeah, these guys are doing what they're supposed to do. So you just want to do them a little twirl right quick to just keep them from sticking and cooking thoroughly. You want them to cook thoroughly. But we're going to just let them go just a little bit longer. Whereas when they get white, but they're like an off-white, and they're not all the way done, but they done. So we're going to do that. So anyway, I'm going to put the meatloaf in the oven. The oven is ready. I'm going to get this a little bit more browner. Then we're going to put this cabbage in. I'm going to show you how to do that. Deuces, y'all. Love you.